draw 9 dots. Kind of just like that. Just draw 9 dots. Does that look right? Just draw 9 dots on the sheet of paper. Let me know when you have your 9 dots. Got it? Great. Everybody's got their 9 dots. Let me know when you're done. Don't go any further. Okay, great. Now what I'd like you to do is I want you to connect all 9 dots, okay? All 9 dots using 4 straight lines. Listen to the instructions. I want you to connect all 9 dots using 4 straight lines, and you cannot pick your pen up off the paper. Let me refresh that. You connect all 9 dots using 4 straight lines, and you cannot pick your pen up off the paper. Has anybody seen this exercise before? Okay. I know you can do it with 5 lines, but you need to do it with 4. And not to put any additional stress on you, a 10-year-old can do this in less than 30 seconds. Okay, so no pressure, right? No pressure.
You want to try?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Still figuring, I thought I was coming to a luncheon. I didn't know I was going to have a brain teaser. Anybody? Still working on it? I know you can do 4. Let me show you something here. Okay. I don't want to stress you out. I still have things I want to cover. So, all right. If everybody can look up here, I'm going to do it. Okay, this is just one of the many ways. Okay, watch this. Got 1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody see what I just did?
Yeah.
Yes,
See that? Sorry. Yes? What did I do?
you're outside your perceived box there.
Okay, you guys all say we're outside the box? That's what most people say that, but here's the thing. All I did was ask you to connect 9 dots. I said draw 9 dots on a sheet of paper, connect them using 4 straight lines, right? I never say anything about a box, but the way we're conditioned, programmed, when you see 9 dots in that shape, what do you see? What shape? A square. If I had done it in this shape with 9 dots, what shape would you have seen? Circle, right? So our brain, our mind, and everything, how we see and visualize things, that's why kids can see that. They don't have those self-limiting beliefs, those experiences that we have as a child growing up now as an adult. So when someone sees that, immediately we see a box. But when you step outside of that box, so what you saw me do, right? You went outside the box. So when you step outside these 9 dots, those are boundaries we have, right? This is the box you perceive. But the minute you step outside of that boundary or outside of that box, just like this exercise, in life you can accomplish anything and everything, right? But we've been so conditioned, it's a comfort zone thing. You know, we're so put in a box that we need to take that first step, which is the hardest step any of us will ever take, outside of that box. So that's just a great exercise. Oh, and by the way, I've had people that do this exercise all over the world, and once they do this exercise, oh, wow, it's powerful, I did it. And then I could come back and see those people in 60, 90 days, 6 months, and they've forgotten how to do this. And the reason why is, again, we go back to our old, same old stuff, thinking we know everything, or because we've been in business for however many years. That's a perfect example of saying, okay, I've got 9 dots on a sheet of paper. What am I supposed to do with them? I'm confused. What do I do? It's even now, for example, if I go and do this, let me show you one thing. Okay. If I said, write on the sheet of paper these following words, okay? So I want you to write, feel free to use your notebook or sheet, whatever you have. I want you to write down the words, and then you can leave a space next to them. I want to make sure you have enough space to do what I'm going to need you to do. Okay. I want you to write down the first word, and again, go straight down. I want you to write the word but, B-U-T. Okay, and the next word underneath that, I want you to write can't. One second, I want to find something for you. This is pretty powerful. I'm going to show you. other things. Give me a second. Of course, when you find you need something, it was right there, so give me a second. Now I'm getting you guys out of your comfort zone and making you sit. You know, in life, Americans hate silence. Did you guys know that? How many of you in the room are in sales? Everybody in sales? Okay. We're all in sales. Even if somebody in the room told me right now, hey, listen, I'm not in sales. I'm an accountant. I'm a single parent. I'm whatever. The fact of the matter is we're all in sales. And once somebody realizes that, you know, I am in sales, people, what is sales? It's communication, it's people communicating, it's people talking to you. Okay, what I want you to think about is this. How long has anybody been in this, how long has each of you been in sales as far as you're concerned? How many years have you been in sales?
More than 40.
Okay, how about yourself?
Pretty much all my life.
Your whole life?
Off and on, probably
Okay.
2 or 3 years.
Okay. Do you guys think you know everything there is to know about sales?
No.
No. Myself included. What you may or may not know is if I asked you this question, so maybe later when we introduce ourselves, I'll just tell you now. If I asked you, you know what elevator speech is like, or getting up and doing your 60-second commercial? Most people get up at events, small, intimate like this, or when I'm in groups that are, you know, hundreds or smaller, and the thing everybody does is, hi, I'm Bill, I'm a realtor. Hi, I'm Mary, I'm in insurance. Hi, I'm Joe, or, you know, I'm with this. Hi, I'm Mary, I'm with Mary Kay. And you're sitting there listening to these people. It's Charlie Brown's teacher, right? It's rah, 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 rah. You're not being memorable. People get up and say the same stuff. They're nervous to get up in front of a group of people that they may or may not know, and then just tell them about yourself. So if I said something to you, for example, to be different and memorable, if I say, hey guys, what does Tony Robbins, Chicken Soup for the Soul, Lou Ferrigno, the original Hulk, the Pentagon, all branches of the military, and many of the Fortune 100 companies, what do they have in common? They've all worked with and endorsed the Mentor to Millions. My name is Keith Froehling, and I am the Mentor to Millions. For the last 30 years of my life, I've been working with people, educating, studying what makes people do what they do. When I was Tony Robbins, if you know who Tony is, I was Tony's #1 trainer. I would go around the country and around the world, and my job was to work with individuals and groups and help them achieve higher results in sales and business without sacrificing their health or relationships. Because so many times when we're in sales, we get so focused on the sales and the money and the quotas that we sacrifice the two things that are most important, health and relationships. And if you ever do make the money, you know, there's no guarantee, or excuse me, even if you take care of the sales, there's no guarantee what kind of life you're gonna have. See, for me, people talk about being rich. Rich to me is about just money. For me, I tell people I'm wealthy. And they go, oh, I know, you're Mentor to Millions, you work with millions of people, you help them produce high levels of results. But no, you know, yes, I have money, but the wealth that I'm talking about has nothing to do with this. I have the balance and fulfillment and the success that most people dream of, but they never think about. So if you were to get up in front of a room and just tell people if you have 60 seconds, what would you say? And you're gonna be put on the spot here in a little bit to get up and do that. So you have the words but written down, and then you have can't, right? I want you to write it on again, going straight down, write the words try, if, and think. So you should have then but, can't, try, if, and think. Is that everybody? Is that what you have? Okay. Now, to the word but, let's address that. How many times have you been in sales or business or in communication with loved ones, and if I came up to you, what's your name?
Dennis.
Dennis? If I say, hey Dennis, I just met you. You look like a really smart guy, but what did I just do when I say but? What does that do?
You
It negates
negated
everything
it.
prior, right? We use this language, we've been conditioned. I don't care if it's like, well, it's my brain trying to think of what I'm gonna say next. Well, what I'm trying to think of and say next by saying but already is programmed to condition him. If you're trying to build trust and rapport, or even if you already have rapport, you can lose it because we say things like, you're a really sharp guy, I trust you, I love you, but. So where the word is written down as but, I want you to change it to and or yet. And or yet. So if I came up to you and said, what's your name?
John.
John? If I said, hey John, you're really, really good at sales. I've heard you're phenomenal at sales. And if you're open to this coaching strategy, I can only imagine to the next level that you would get to. Would you open to that?
Sure.
Great. If I came back and said,
Walter.
Say, Walter, listen, I can only imagine the type of life you have, the balance and the fulfillment, yet I don't want you to get burned out. So it's easier than saying, but, this or that. So people, when you use these words, do them in your emails, leave them on your voicemails, when we're sending text. Again, with the type of society that we live in nowadays with social media, I'm old school in many, many ways, which I love the belly to belly, eyeball to eyeball, heart to heart. So I understand we can't always do that in the world we're in today with technology, but whether you use one or the other towards complement each other, you can do these things even using the technology, because many times if you're sending an email, leaving a voicemail, using social media, it doesn't have the same personal oomph as what we're doing here. But you can utilize that by doing some of these things, which will prevent people from, we do things in sales all the time where we want to attract people into our life, right? We want to attract. But the words we use and how we do it and all those fun things, we end up repelling those things and those people instead of attracting them to us. So you have the first word, which is but, and I told you, eliminate but from your, eliminate that word from your vocabulary. You don't need it, okay, so just eliminate it. The next one, can't. I can't do that. I can't, I'm too old, I'm too burned out, I can't. What do you think you're gonna change that word to? Give you a hot hint. Begins with C and ends in an. Anybody? Can, right? Change that word. Stop using the words, I can't. Oh, I can't do it because I'm too old. I can't because the economy is different. I can't because of this. I can't do it because of the coronavirus. Eliminate that. Change it. If nothing else, you change your words and change your thoughts. You change the things in your life. I can do this. I can be healthy. I can be better. I can do this. I can be the top producer. I can. Once you say it in here, you can now create it out here. The problem is that in here, we can't see it, we can't picture it, we have to be as a society, if I can touch it, if I can see it, if I can smell it, if I can do whatever, then it's real, right? But what if you created it in here first, right? Once you create it in here, it appears out here. We do it the opposite. So when you think about the next word, try. I'll try. I'll try to be there on time. I'll try to be a better husband. I'll try to do this. Try. What did Yoda say?
There is no try.
Right, there's only
Do.
Do or do not, right? Do. Stop saying the words I'll try. Say I do. I will. When you're doing your wedding vows, you say I'll try to be a good husband. You don't say I do. Right? We say I do. We don't say I'll try. Maybe. It's I do, right? I do. I will. When you start applying these words into your vocabulary, not just your business, your whole life changes. And I don't care if you've been doing something for 40 years or you're 40 now or whatever age you're at, that doesn't matter to me. You can make a decision right now, and what changes? Heartbeat, decision, then change can happen. It doesn't matter what patterns. What you've done your whole life has brought you to this. Every decision you've made has brought you to this room today, correct? That would be the audience participation. Yes. So it's brought you to this point today. So by being open and receptive, because when we don't make a decision in life, right, that passes us by, or someone else will make that decision for us, true? So what we need to figure out more is I can learn new things. Every day, I've worked with tremendous amounts of people. You don't get to be called the mentor of millions because you've worked with a few hundred people. When you've worked with as many people, you start recognizing patterns, tendencies, communication styles, you start clumping them. So that's why you can walk into a room of 10,000 or 10 or one-on-one, and you can build instant trust and rapport. Now keep this in mind. Everything, how I'm wired, it's got to come from a place of integrity. We can sell from a malicious, deceptive, manipulative, scare tactics. We can apply that, right? Oh my gosh, coronavirus, I got to go sell. I got a house full of household cleaners. You can sell people the fear, but the thing is, if you believe the things that I'm talking about and you change your vocabulary, watch what happens in your life. The word, excuse me, if. What do you think happens if I do this? If I achieve chopper? If I become this? If it doesn't rain today? If. What do you think you change the word if to? When. The word becomes when. When I do it. When this. When I get married. When, not if I get married. Well, guess what? You probably won't. It's when become, it's no longer if, it becomes when. So think about it. We've already talked about the word think, right? Think, I can. I think it's the right answer. I think, I know, I think, right? You change the word think to the word know. Not N-O, but K-N-O-W, okay? No. I know it. And you can sit here in the room right now and say, Keith, I don't know. I could say, how many of you know what NLP is? NLP is Neuro-Linguistic Programming. I'm a master practitioner now. There's only a few thousand people in the world that have that skill set. You can say, oh, you go, wait a minute, he said the word think, and then he said no. Well, I think I could be better at communication. I think I could be better at connecting with people. I know. You don't have to be a master practitioner in NLP. Now, if that's a goal for yours, I know I'm going to be that, then great, speak it, start it now. But if you start going around in life, and I don't care how much success anybody in the room has had, you all can learn new things, right? Your results can be better. So watch what happens on this last one. The word should, right? It's the last word, should. How many times have we done this in our life? I should be better. I should get to the gym. I should be a better parent. I should be a better spouse. I should do this. I should take time off. I should cut the grass. I should. You know what you guys are doing? You're turning yourselves into big giant should heads, okay? Speaker humor. And if you keep doing it, what you're doing is you're shoulding all over yourselves, okay? Get rid of the word should and make it what? Must. Make it a must. I must do it. I must be a better husband. I must get to the gym. I must be better at sales. I must. Those are words that nothing is going to change in your life until you change. You want to change your life story. You've been programmed a certain way. We all have. That's what's great about NLP. You've heard about the matching and mirroring and all that fun stuff. NLP takes it to a whole other level. And what I'm talking about here today, you don't have to know everything I know. But if you took just one nugget or work with me, we create synergy, whatever, and I'm not trying to do that as a promotion or a pitch, but if you were to get better at something, you go out there and you play sports, for example. You go out there and play golf with a person you can kick their butt every single time playing golf, or do you go with the person who's probably going to kick your butt every time if you want to get better? Who do you play with?
The one who's better than you.
Right. That's how you're going to stretch yourself. That's how you get better. So it's very important that you've got to look at people in your life and say, who are those people who are going to encourage me, empower me, stretch me, and get me to the next level? How many of you use emails in your day-to-day sales? Everybody? Some? Yeah. How many of you leave voicemails? How many of you sit down across the table from someone? You guys kind of in sales do all those things?
Yep.
Okay. Write down the word miss. M-I-S-S. Miss. Okay. How many times have I seen it, you've probably seen it, an email that comes out from the Chamber of Commerce, from a business person, from someone, could even be you. And then there somewhere they say, especially in the subject line, this is one event you don't want to miss. This is one event you don't want to miss. Don't miss this. We've all seen that with the word miss, right? Something that says miss. That's how we're trained to speak in America. Don't miss it. Oh my gosh, don't miss the game. You can't miss it. Don't be missing it, okay? This is one event you don't want to miss. What we just did is we've programmed the person to miss it. Even, oh, I gotta be there. Subconsciously, that word has been embedded inside of you. So even if that's important to you in a minute, if I say this and you don't want to miss what's happening tonight, don't miss this, don't miss that. So what you want to do is you change the word miss, for example, be there, attend. This is an event you must attend. Again, now you're using the word must. You have to be there. Attend, be there. Think about the words that are just changing in your vocabulary. Another great one. Don't forget to bring the check. Don't forget to call me tonight. Don't forget that we have an appointment for coffee on Friday. Don't forget. Forget, right? I've just told you. If I said to you, hey, do me a favor, when we leave here today, don't forget to send me an email because I'd love to grab a coffee with you, so don't forget to do that. Even with the best intentions, I've just embedded the word forget. He's like, oh no, I'm not going to forget. There you go. Instead of saying, I won't forget, Keith, you should say what? Remember. So what you're going to say is, please remember. If I said, hey, do me a favor, on your way home today, do me a favor, and can you please remember to send me an email? Please remember that I'd love to have coffee with you. Can you remember to do that? Can you remember to do that? Sure. Okay, sure. And you use little subliminal things, but here's the deal. You got to do it again from a place of integrity. If I was doing things to be manipulative, where Jedi mind tricks per se, that does come back on you. And I don't want that, nor that's not how I am as a person. Values, morals, integrities. People think in sales, it's all about the quota and the revenue, and in many cases it is. For me, it's about the relationship. It's all about the relationship. So if you just change some of the words in your vocabulary and change some of the words in your using, think about it, face to face. If I said to you, this is really important, you must do this for me. Can you do that for me? Can you make that a must?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but what happens, you're talking to your kid. Hey, listen, I need you to clean your room. Can you do that for me? I'll try. Because you can go back there in an hour, and what's going to happen? It's not done, because they said they'll try. My thing is, you know what? I need you to clean your room. You're going to do it? Yes. Okay. What are you going to say to Dad? Is it a must or is it a try? What is it? You're going to say I can do it? You better tell me a different answer, because as a coach, coaches are great leaders. Leaders are great coaches. Why? Because we hold people to a higher standard. We hold people accountable. The problem is that we're let off the hook too easy. We let ourselves off the hook. We make excuses. We justify. Just those couple of things that I told you, because I got to wrap up in the last few minutes, are things that you can apply immediately. You may not see the results today. You may not see them tomorrow. But at the same time, you didn't go to bed last night, wake up, and boom, you look the way you do. Everything I tell people all the time. You didn't go to bed last night at 150 pounds and woke up this morning at 400 pounds. You're 400 pounds today because of stuff that's happened over time. So you can't sit here and go, oh my gosh, I just hired Keith. He's going to be my coach. I'm going to go to one of his events, blah, 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 right? And then tomorrow, I'll be better. I won't be 400 anymore. I'll be 300. Hey, I'm good at what I do, but I'm a realist. It's not going to happen. Even going for surgery, we don't think we can suck enough out of people, right? So it's a process. So what I want you to realize from our time together today is, what decision are you going to make today that's going to have an impact in your life? Because the last thing, because I got to go, is this. Let's say I'm going to jump on an airplane with all of you. I'm taking you over. We're going to jump on a jet, or we've got whatever plane we have ready. And I'm like, listen, we're going to fly to San Diego. I'm going to show you my home out there. So we jump on a plane. We're heading, 2,000 miles west to San Diego. What you don't realize is when we get on the plane, got the autopilot set, the autopilot is off by 1 degree, just 1 degree, okay? So when we fly 2,000 miles west, are we in San Diego?
Nope.
No, where are we? Where are we? We're either down in Mexico or up in Canada, right? So when you think about it, just that 1 degree, but when we leave Nashville, 1 degree off, do we notice we're off course? Do we know it? But by the time we're 2,000 miles west, we're in a different place. So what I'm trying to get you guys to really open your minds and see and make a decision on is, you make a decision today, you change one thing in your life, you implement one of these things, you change one word in your vocabulary, you make a decision right now, one. You may not see that result today, you may not see it tomorrow, you may not see it 30, 60, 90 days from now, but let's say in 6 months or a year, I promise you this, somewhere in your future, you're going to be in a different destination. You'll be in a better place. Does that make sense? All right, guys, thanks a lot.
Awesome.